Hey guys, quick video on track maintenance and sort of just a heads up on what I know. Bear in mind, I'm no professional. I've had this little digger for a few hundred hours now and there's not a lot of info online, so I'm just sort of passing on what I know. Final drives, super easy service, do them all the time. I do mine probably every 20 hours, maybe even more, considering how cheap gear fluid is. It's just a silly thing not to do. Surprisingly, I do get a bit of wear in these, but this digger's pretty high hours, about 7,000 hours. So yeah, you got to drain, you level them off. Obviously every digger is a little different. Sometimes they'll have a word, you should better read that word level, is from my understanding. But yeah, level off, drain, undo. On the Kobelco I fill here until it comes out here. Some diggers only have 2 holes, so you just fill here until it comes out there and then just button them up, and that's that. Gives you a full line through there. This is all your gear set in behind here. That'll it's obviously this side of the final drive, or the drive side of the final drive, and the back side is the hydraulic side which powers it. That's obviously all with hydraulic fluid. Sometimes you'll have a seal that will leak here. You'll see obviously this will be wet all the time. You don't want this running out of gear oil or getting low, it gets hot. Obviously heat management's a big deal. Your final drives, it's an expensive fuck up really. So I would look after those. Gear fluid is the cheapest fluid. Track rollers, I've had to do a couple of these on the bottom, so if you actually lift the track up off the ground and then you can kind of spin them, and they should spin freely and they should move up and down. Like if it's duk-a-duk or duk-duk, that means they're worn. Again, these are relatively low costs, they are for this digger anyway, and if it's not turning or struggling to turn, you're going to wear your tracks quicker. So it's good to look after these things and to make sure your tracks don't wear. On the top you've got an idler. This turns freely as well. It's hard to get the weight off this to check this bearing, so sometimes you can use the bucket to lift it, or I just keep an eye on and see if it's spinning smoothly. Again, if this jams up or doesn't spin smoothly, you're going to get excessive wear on your tracks. On your sprockets, I believe if there's a sharp edge here, that is a indicator that they're worn. If you can shave yourself, I think it's the same, a strict razor. Or if they're chipped off, obviously that's not going to be very helpful, because these come around and grab your pins and drive your pins. At the front you've got your track idler. It should be square, it's just slightly rounded, and not bad though, it's pretty good actually. Obviously this is what guides the track over the idler. If it's round, you'll find they'll pop off easy. If you're popping a track all the time, that's probably why. This is the track adjuster. So in here there's grease. This pushes a piston out, keeps tension on the track. Because I can see this, that means this track is worn. This shouldn't be visible or barely visible. So that's in this instance, that's a sign that this track is worn. I have heard the hack, you can take out a track and then just weld a new pin in, and that'll give you another 1,000 hours on the tracks. However, it does change your gear ratio, because you've got the track's not lining perfectly up with the sprockets, so you will wear your sprockets quicker that way. But generally, if you're doing a track, you're doing a sprocket, so by all means I will be taking the pin out of here and just running the sprockets till they wear out, and then I'll redo idlers and sprockets and tracks all at once. You can also do shims in here. So in the side here there's actually bits of steel you can weld in. You'll find if it's banging left to right, that's the shims have worn out, and they are a wear item. Bit of a dog, you gotta weld them in, but something you can do too if you're getting it that way. Obviously if you just let your tracks go, they're just going to work out quicker, so the more little bits of maintenance you can do, the more life you're going to get out of them. Hope that helps with anyone. I also put the track rubber pads on just to extend the life of the steel a bit, and then it means I can drive on the older concrete, which is nice. So I hope that helps. I'm pretty hard out on the maintenance, so yeah, I'll keep adding videos as I come up with things I think worth talking about. Thanks guys, bye.